All right, quick reminder, everyone, before we get started, this talk is intended for educational purposes only. Did want to mention that we do have FOMC tomorrow. In my opinion, that's gonna give us some type of directional move in the market. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the SPY analysis here. There are some levels I wanted to point out that I've been watching pretty closely. First one is going to be this 436 zone. You can see it highlighted there in the blue. That is going to be Monday's high and a key level from earlier in August and late July. You can see the repeated test of the 436 area there. Next one to watch is going to be Monday's low, 428. This is definitely going to be not necessarily a key support, more of a level of interest, an important level of interest. You can see the volume that was done on Monday. And so the expectation is that if this low gives out on Monday, it likely sets us up for the next move lower. So I'll be looking to get more aggressively short if that is taken out. And what we can see from that point is going to be the swing low from late July, 422. And if weakness does continue, it kind of sets us up for the move into the 200 MA. The MA we're sitting on right now is the 100. I like to utilize that because it basically shows me where the weekly 20 is at. And so that's kind of just a great reference point to utilize. You can see we're kind of hovering around there currently. So that's an area that I'm watching. Now to the upside, we do see that kind of upward move, you want to be looking at the 440, 441 area. It's going to be the gap fill, and then we had some resistance there from mid-July with that small range that we were trading in for a couple of weeks back in July. So just a reference point to watch. And one final reminder, if you guys remember from the last session highlighted here with the blue highlighter, September 7th, we were discussing the fact that we had not seen a red month in some 6 or 7 months, and you know how sustainable that was going to be. And now you can see kind of where we're at. We're the month is not over yet, but it looks likely that we put in that red month. Something else to consider here is the seasonality aspect of things. Looking back, seasonality, I don't know if you guys can see this very clearly, but the back half of September, this is generally regarded as the worst 2-week period for the market. And so just something to keep in mind as we get into the end of September, kind of early October, there should be an expectation for increased volatility. I just bring that up if you are planning any swing trades, anything like that. You know, this price always comes first, but you want to keep things like this in mind. I like to think about these things anyway. From October, generally a high volatility month, as I mentioned, and then from there, as we get into the back half of October into the end of the year, it is typically more of a bull rally. So just from a seasonality standpoint, some things to keep in mind and look forward to. Mario, I'll go ahead and pass it off to you here.
Hey, that looks like I can take vacation till November. Unless I'm shorting. For sure. Let's see. I like the seasonality analysis. Everybody's talking about it. I like it. So can you guys see my, no, you cannot see it, right? Like
yeah.
bottoms, but not without the bottoms, right? Without the zoom bottoms, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I always move them and then I don't find them. But it's just because I don't like, I think you guys can see it. Okay, so let's start with the cues, of course. You know, that's my main thing. So I always start my day checking the cues, and I want to extend or expand a little bit right here. Here's where we are. I'm going to take this off. Let me see. Yeah. The main point right here is I want to show you guys something. Here's the weekly. That's the monthly. That's not the one I want to show. Here's the weekly. So there we go. So the weekly is what I like to call a buy setup, right? We have all of these months going up. This is a pretty clear uptrend following the 8MA right there. You see the 8MA. So we have here, this is one of the first alerts or alarms that you should have seen that we've been following, right? So we put a all-time high at 382 and then we close at a low of the week. So that's very much a trap. If you wanna see it like that, that's a trap. Basically, we make a highs, they trap people at the highs, and then they close at the low of the day before low of the week before below the low of the prior week. So that sets up a short setup, right? So that short setup, target one is gonna be right here into the 20MA. That's the 357.96. We haven't touched it yet. We almost touched it yesterday. Why we didn't? We're right here. That's the reason. So we have a lot of volume right here at 363, 362, 361, about that area, right? So for the Qs analysis, I got two things that we gotta watch. And it's not gonna be the 1 minute chart for sure. It's gonna be the weekly buy, right? So we're gonna have to keep an eye on the weekly buy. So the levels for the weekly buy, we have to watch the 360 holding. Pretty clear, right here. That's where the volume is. This one goes, we go. So 357, 360 must hold, right? Where do I enter this one as a weekly buy? 372, 373. That means I gotta go back over this candle right here. And I'm sorry that is a little bit too, let me do something, guys. I'm gonna remove the drawing so we can see it now. Okay, so this is where we are. This is the week. Right? We have the move down, and then we have the move up yesterday, and then we have the whatever happened today. So this is pretty clear. That's the 370. That's when I start getting like bullish, and then over 372, 373. That's my trigger to the weekly buy. Target one should be 382, and that means we're back into the buy the pullback and working, right? So far, 360 most hold. That's the whole point. You see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times tested. 1, 2, and here's the weekly, the weekly moving average, right? So that's number one. Now, if I go into the daily chart, right? Daily chart's a totally different picture, because the daily chart, what is showing me is this, all of this around the top distribution that we talk about and we discuss, right? And we started counting the days. So now I think we're into the 4 to 5 days of distribution in the Qs. So distribution is still palpable right here. You can see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of distribution, right? Started right here, and we have the 4 days. So we're still in distribution mode. Now, where are we located, right? We're 366 right here. This daily point of control. So we have this wide area, right? We have the 50 MA right here, 368. We have bottom of yesterday, right? Which was bought aggressively. Here's a 360, here's a 360 right here, here's a 360, here's the same level. Once I break the 360, look at this. I got nothing. Probably there's gonna be some buying in through 353 right here, but then I'm gonna come and test the 340, which is a 200 MA. Right? Not only because it's the 200 MA, it's just, this is where the volume is. So for this, like based on the daily chart, we're gonna have to keep a close eye, right? For the break of 360, we go all the way to 340, right? That's a short play. The short plays that we posted last week, last point was under 379 for 372. So that one, we hit it right here. This is your short entry. 379, we closed it yesterday, right? 369 and well over that. So this one works. So now we're looking for the 360 all the way to 353, target one, 340, target two. Once we start going, I'm gonna go over this again. Once we start going over this, I'm going into the weekly chart, and then I'm gonna try to hit it all the way to target two will be the 382. Of course, target one is going to be the 372, 373. So that's pretty much, that's a small chart. So what am I doing right now? So this is a little bit into what I was doing, right? You come and you measure the whole move that we just did, right? So you come right here, and I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do this, but I'm just going to show it, right? So from here to here, and this is where we are, right? So we pull back today. Of course, we have this massive move. It's a 5% move like in 2 days in the Qs. So that's a massive move, right? We come back into the 38. 38, we know that's a fib level. That's the short. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. We're still holding that level. So I'm going to remain short as long as we don't go over the 370. That's the 50. We go over the 50, it's probably going to run all the way to 373. And that's the first test of the breakdown play. So if you're trading this technically, basically we were doing a 5-day, 6-day bearish base, right? Testing, 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 closing at the lows with distribution. You can see distribution here. Red days going higher. So that's distribution. It looked like it's holding. Guys, look what they're doing. They're just distributing, right? So they're selling it to you or whoever's buying the dip right here or the pullback or whatever you want to call it, right? So very careful with this, because once we break, this could be the second entry when we retest the 372, 373, and this could be another leg down, right? Why am I so bearish? Well, it's just, I'm not, but I'm just doing the chart right here. Now let's look at the monthly, and this is where it gets really into something, right? We have many months here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a couple days, you know, a couple months. I'm sorry. Here's another one, pullback. So this is like 1, 2, 3. We're finally going to have a bearish 180 formation. If we close September under this one, is going to be like a high, which is something you really don't like to do. We talk about this as a red dot reversal from T3, right? You go under the prior low and then you go over and you engulf it. That's very bullish. So you go over the prior high and then you're going to close under the low. That's going to be very bearish, right? So keep that in mind whenever you're thinking on being too aggressive to the long side, right? So that's the two plays for the Qs. I'm going to be looking at the buy on a weekly chart. That was a buy setup on a weekly chart, and then I'm going to do the range that we have right here is a tradable range for the Qs, right? Okay, let's go into Apple now, and let's get into the meat of the FANG, right? So Apple, I'm going to call it a tradable range. You're probably going to be able to see some of the range that I'm talking about. I'm talking about 141 right here. You see all the volume. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. So the 141, right, all the way to the 151. That's the range. But in this case, we have to take into account that we have the 50-day moving average here at 146. So it could be a decent trade for a nice scalpy type of trade, but I won't be too crazy about this one, right? When do I get like more into the Apple type of move? Once we go over the 146 and we close over the 50 MA, we regain the 50 MA, and that's probably the first indicator that we probably gonna get back into the mood, right? Into the bullishness, into the chart of Apple, right? So let me show you something, because I think 138 is also the monthly point of control. And yeah, you don't get to see it here on this chart. So you're going to have to trust me on that one, because I have it on my other chart. So 138 is a monthly point of control for Apple. Write it down. So Apple, just a range, tradable range, 141 for 51, 146 for 151, target 1. We want to regain the 50-day moving average. Let's go into Amazon. Needless to say, it's not my favorite one to play. Now, it was a couple days ago because we were holding, but now it doesn't make any sense for me. Amazon is another range that I consider could be tradable. And I'm thinking 3,200 to 3,550. You can see it right here, the 32, right? This is the zone. So, and the 35 will be around here. That's the yellow thing. So if I want to get into Amazon, I'll probably be anywhere near here, right? What we have is we holding the 200 MA, and we're in between the 200 MA and the 50 MA. So that's in the middle of the range. I don't trade that's not my type of trading, right? We have a 32.28 weekly point of control. So 32.28 is going to put us around here. That's for the weekly. If we look at the weekly chart, right? It's about here, 32.28. So we can absolutely, if you're looking at this chart, We have the massive move up sideways. Look where the volume is. Look where all the volume is like 3180, 32, 27. So if you're gonna get aggressive, and I'll probably get aggressive on this one, I wanted to at least test. I want to be with the big money right here, with the big volume. So 32.28, that's a level that I have for Amazon, right? 3,200 to 3,550, that's the whole range, and it's a tradable range. Okay. You guys let me know if there's any questions of Kyle, if the guys have any questions, because I know this is tricky. I mean, these charts, I was checking the charts and they're not easy. They're not easy at this point. So for Facebook, for instance, like for Facebook, what do we do for Facebook, right? I don't like it right here because this is another distribution. Looks like another distribution around the top. So we broke the 50 MA. So at least I want to see it to start getting bullish again into Facebook. I want to see it over the 50. Better yet, over the 20 MA. That's where you see my alert right here. So 375. So in this case, I'm going to defer to my monthly chart, and I want you guys to see what's going on with Facebook right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and finally we're looking into 180. I don't take those 180 reversals lightly, because usually, like for instance here, right? We didn't fall, but then we stay like for 4 or 5 months sideways. So that's something that may take out the momentum trading that we like so much to do. So for for Facebook, I'm just going to be looking at the monthly chart. But here's a trade that we can make. Under the 350 level, we can go for 335, and that's a very good trade. Risk reward, right? Once we break, like you saw the chart that Kyle shared with us, right? This is the SPY. This is pretty much the level that he's looking for the SPY. I mean, similar to the formation, once you break the 350, now, when you look at your left, I don't see any volume right until 333. And that's where you see my alert, right? So 350 for 335. That's going to be the trade for Facebook to the short side, right? To the short side. This is the break. You will be breaking in here. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll be breaking the 20 MA, and you should take us all the way right here to 333, about that zone. We double check on the monthly, and makes perfect sense, right? We're just coming up. We're engulfing this pattern. Once we break right here, this is target 1, 334. So that's what we call it, right? 350 for 334. This is just a pullback on the monthly chart to the moving average. So nothing crazy. But that's a trade that we can take, right? 350 for 335. So that's Facebook. Let's go to Netflix. And Netflix, we have we did this great trade on Netflix, and I think that was that was a range trade that we did, right? We took the profits into the 600, 615, some of us. So here's what's going on right now. We go and look into what's going on. So we have the massive move into 615. I'm not sure if you guys can see the range right here. So I'm going to show it here with a weekly. It's going to be pretty clear, right? So we have the base, right? The bottom of the range and top of the range. We went a little bit higher. We went 593, 615. So this is all we're doing. We're pulling back, right? Weekly suggests that we should stop right here. Usually when this happens, I tend to think that we test the break. The break point is 557. So let's put back our daily chart and see 557 where it is, and that's a 50 MA. So I think I'm going to be looking for Netflix, not as a short, right? Because the short was like 2 days ago when we make the lower high. This is my entry short. So I'm already late. So what I want to see is coming into the 50 MA, 555 and holding. Once I get into here, I'll probably be trading the pullback all the way to 615, okay? So for Netflix, let's work with that range. I'm gonna call the range 545, 615, and take into account the 50 MA as 554, okay? So that's a game plan for Netflix. For Google, so for Google, what we have is, I think is another range, could be tradable too. We have the 2710, which is this area right here. we have the 50 MA with volume. So we got 2710, 2730, all the way to 2870, 29. Not a fan, but if you like to trade Google, that's the range. Okay, so for Google, I'm gonna call it 2710, 2720, which is a 50-day MA, to 2900, which is close to all-time highs. Keep an alert at 2739, 3740, which is the 50-day moving average. That's a good reference point to have. So that's Google. See Microsoft. How's Microsoft doing? For Microsoft, what I have is another range, and these ones are, I mean, actually are holding a little bit better than the market. So this one is pretty clear. We have the 306 that never triggered. We were waiting for this daily breakout play, never trigger. So now we're back into support, right? We tested support. I think that was Friday, the 289 zone. So now what we have is the same, pretty much same level as the chart from SPY, the chart from Facebook too, right here. What I want to do with Microsoft is I want to call it as a range again, 290 by 305. Pretty clear. Should be able to see it. This is the bottom. This is the top of the range. If you're so inclined, you can probably buy around here, sell it into here. If you don't want to deal with that, just wait for the breakout play. We take the breakout play. Now, would I short it here? Reason why I'm not calling this one the same as I did with the Facebook is because I have a lot of volume right here. So my target is like 3 or 4 points. I don't want to get into a $300 stock for a 2-point move, right? I'd rather go with Facebook that can give me like bigger range, bigger move, right? So let's go to AMD now. And for AMD, this is kind of tricky, guys. This is kind of tricky because this was a very strong move, right? We all participated on this one. This is like a monthly entry right off the base into the range, and it just exploded. So what we're doing, as you can see here in the monthly chart, let me just zoom it in, right? You can see it pretty clear on the monthly chart. So we're just testing the break. And I just said that once we start testing the break, the only thing I don't want to see is coming back into the range. Once we start breaking 198, we likely going to test the $79. So for AMD, we got to look at that level, the 90, let's call it 98, 99, let's call it $99. Under 98, 98.80, we go for $90, right? So basically what I'm thinking is we lose this, we come all the way to test the 200 MA. So that's a short, 99 for 90. Now, where do we get long, right? Once we start getting over 50 MA, 20 MA, I wanted to see, I really want this to clear this zone right here, right? If you anticipate get here too early, you just got to keep in mind that there's a lot of people right here trapped into the move up, right? So these are people that are probably going to be selling once they go to back to break even. They're going to be like, okay, take my shares, I'm out. Here's the other thing, guys. We just trigger squeeze to the short side. So this is not a long, not right now, until I see momentum shifted to the upside, right? This went from bullish, extremely bullish, to bearish, and then squeezing, and now we're triggering into the squeeze. So this is not an easy one. That's why I'm saying like this is not an easy one. But 98, we test 89, 90, and if you want to go for the long, I was checking all the charts on this one. Probably a weekly buy could do it, right? But the weekly buy, we will need a close over probably the 106, and we're still dealing with this. We anticipate this one, it's going to be 104. You can call it 104, but then you still have all of these overhead supply, which ideally you don't want to have it. Reason, right here, you have an explosive move. Here's a tail telling you, hey, there's sellers right here, and you fail to make a new high. This is a lower high. So you have a high, lower high, high with a tail, lower high, momentum to the short. Very careful with this one, okay? So that's AMD. Let's go to Nvidia. And for Nvidia, what do I have for Nvidia? Let's go to the daily chart. So Nvidia, I want to call it another range. It's another range. 210. This is the 50 MA right here. So we holding, right? You see that it's pretty much the same thing that I'm trying to see with AMD, holding the break point. The difference with AMD is you went higher and got hit like a lot right here with a big tail, and then we make a lower high, significant lower high. In here, we didn't, right? Nvidia broke, put a high, base sideways. So yeah, there's support right here, and there's some supply at the 223. So that's why I'm calling it a range, right? So probably we can trade this one for 208, 222, 224. Not my favorite, but keep it over there if you really want to do like that type of trading. So 208, 220, 224. MU, it's yeah, this sounds like a recording, guys, but this is another range right here. What we're looking in MU is we were expecting this monthly chart to trigger a buy setup, but we still have room to go all the way to 65.57, which is the break point. You see it right here. This orange line, that's where I have marked my 65.33. So all we need to do is watch this level, 70 by what is it, 75.40. We try to make it, I think it was a couple weeks ago that we try to make it, we didn't break 75.23, 75.23. This was called as a reversal trade, because once we go over 75, we can test the 79. Now we got to be careful. The market starts falling. With 70, we lose 68, we go all the way to 65, okay? So for MU, it's a range, and I'll trade it under 70, under 68 for 65, or I'll do the reversal trade over 75 for 79. So MU reversal over 79 I'm sorry, over 75 for 79. Okay, let me just double check. So I see something in the chat. Jordan. Yeah, they did liquidate it, right? MU. So let's see PayPal. So PayPal. Here's something that we have to take into consideration right here. So this is going to be an easy call, by the way. We're in the middle of the 200 and the 50 MA, right? So we have a tight range right here. 263 by 273 for that PayPal range, right? Now, target one will be the 277. I really don't want to trade this one unless we go over 280. Once we get over 280, here's what you see my alert. I'm 285, so I don't care if I miss this 3% move in PayPal. Don't want to get involved in that one. Keep an alert. Once we go, I'm going to change that call. 263, which is a 200 MA, and 283. 263 by 283 for PayPal. Let's go to Square. And this is where, let's see, Square. So for Square, we have the 251 right here, 246. So I think we tested. Yeah, there's the same point of control right here. We're in the middle again, guys, between 200 MA and 50 MA. So this is going to be very simple. 239 by 259 Square. And I think as you have seen the market changing from massive bull momentum trading last year into earlier this year, and now we're transitioning to more of a trendless type of market, sideways moves, ranges. You have to get into, well, you can always stay away from them by trading whatever's moving on its own, right? But if you want to get into the rhythm of the markets and see how actual money is leaving some sectors and moving into another sector, rotation, seasonality, all of this stuff, I recommend that you start looking on how to trade those ranges and how, you know, how to work with the longer term moving averages, the point of controls, and market structure. Okay, so square 239, I mean 238 by 259 already got that one. Let's see, we did the Chinese, but I don't really want to trade him, so Baba, no call for me. Look at that, it's just little dots. I don't know how to read that. If anybody knows, please teach me, because I have no idea how to read that. JD, you know, we have a couple days, couple weeks. I think it was like 2-3 days a day it was actually trending. This is when you want to trade it. Then it's like nothing. So yeah, shorting or whatever, not my trade. So JD, not a call. Baidu should be the same. I just want to get this out. So Baidu, yes. Futu, FU2A. FUTU, FUTU. So this one, yeah, couple days when they were like hot, out of the list for now. For me, Li Auto, let's do the auto. So this one, setting up for something. Let's say we have a daily squeeze and we just triggered to the short side. So however, whoa, we broke 200 MA yesterday, I'm sorry. So we broke the 200 MA. So we're setting into a 1, 2, 3 trade type of trading here, under 26 for 24 on Lee. And this is pure momentum. This is what we like. Simple, right? 26.46 for 22. No, I'm sorry, for 23.60. 23.60. 23. So that's Lee. Let me just double check the monthly chart that is not in conflict with what we're thinking on doing. Let me see the weekly chart. We have 26.30. Yeah, that should be. So once we break 26, we got nothing. Yeah, 23 and 20 actually. Yep. We get lucky, we hit 20 on Lee. Okay, so that's Lee Auto. And then we go with let's start with the Teslas. So for Tesla, it's quite interesting because we try to break, and I think it was last Thursday, this formation right here, right? I'm waiting for this daily breakout play. Look at the 700 right here. That's a level that is defended, like it's been major, like accumulation right here. We can see it 680, 700. Right, we're over the 20. This is kind of interesting, guys. This is, I mean, apart from the market having that move down, this one's over the 20 MA, over the 50 MA, over the 200 MA, which is a definition of an uptrend using the moving average, right? 20 over the 50, over the 200. Now, better yet, once we start going over the 8 MA. So once you have the 8 over the 20, over the 50, over the 200. Here's the formation that we've been trading, right? This is a monthly buy in Tesla that triggered at 704. So we did have an opportunity to buy it probably a couple days ago, whatever. But the main trade for Tesla is going to be exactly the same, the breakout play on a daily over 765. So Tesla over 765.10. Markets are rallying. That's probably one that could go. Tesla, NEO, let's see NEO, what's going on with NEO? So NEO, complete opposite. These guys are getting hammered. So 34.05, this could be a 1, 2, 3. Look at the weekly squeeze, daily squeeze, triggering to the short side. So I want to see momentum coming over. Today, we have like a slow volume day, so not much going on. Look at the 40. So now we're trading on the 40, which is the market profile zone. We should hit 34, which is right there. So that's not enough of a target for me. But the monthly can come all the way and test the 29.30 area. This is the 8 MA. See the formation. So yes, NEO to the short side. Let's take it under 34.40 for Momo. Targets into 30. Yeah, target's 30. It's a 10% move. So not bad. And I'm going to put it here, note 1, 2, 3. Same with Lee Auto, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tesla Neo XPEV. That's the other one. Not really liking the chart. And then again, this is one that if you see Lee or you see Neo, the type of setup that we have here in XPV, I'm not saying he's not going to move or can move, whatever. You know, there's always news, there's always catalysts that can move the market any side, but this is not the one I want to be. I want to be in. So I don't want to call it 3750 for 3850, which is a move from, you know, today over prior day high into the 200 MA. So no call for XPV. I don't see much of a move from here today. FSR, I know there was some news today into that one. What I like about this one, this is kind of interesting, guys. We have a big volume day, right? That pretty much put the bottom for the, you know, for the move right here, big volume day. We have the squeeze, shorts are losing momentum, right? And we are at the daily point of control, right? So this one could get interesting once we go over the 14. I think this is a level that we have been discussing before, the 1450. Let it break the 50 MA, try to take it for the 200 MA, which is $16, and then we'll see where is that going to take me, because the monthly chart's not showing me anything, right? This is selling, lower high. So technically we're in a downtrend. We should be making new lows. So Fisker, quick pop, reversal over 14, over 1450, over 16 as a reversal. Make a note, please. Reversal. So over 14. I don't usually trade reversals unless I get catalyst. So it has to be on the news. So it's not like it's gonna surprise me tomorrow. It's like we're gonna hear in the news some good news that they're gonna gap it up or whatever. So that's probably the day that I'll look into that, but it's not gonna be something I'm gonna be tracking. Workhorse, like dots, little dots, little dots. No need to waste our vision into those. Now Lucid, look at that. That's been into play. This is the capitulation trade right here. Went from 29 to 16, lost 50% of the volume. The value, I'm sorry, lost 50% of the value. Put the big volume right here. So that's the buy. Basing, here's a breakout play. You enter right here. You got the volume right here, confirmation, and then off we go. So target is right there, 28. Now, what do we do from here? What I do is I'm going to be referring to the monthly chart now, right? That's the trade I really want. I want to see how we treat once we start trading over 30, 29.83. So for Lucid, just try and see if there's any structure in place right here. So yeah, we have the massive move, pull back, all the accumulation right here. We need to break 30. That's going to be a trade, most likely 30 for 40. And then we'll see how high they take us, right? This would have been a beautiful swing right from here. After the capitulation move, enter 20 right here, not willing. I want to see how we treat the 30. So Lucid over 30, LCID over 30, and targets 35 and 40. Made an entry on that one. Good volume too. LCID, BA. So
Can we
BA.
get plug with the EVs really quick?
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me add that one. The plug. Plug. So plug. I like the monthly. The monthly chart is about to trigger. Not about to trigger. We need a 30, but 26 is a good level. What I want is like right where we have the alert. So I'm not sure when we talk about this one, we have an alert right there at 30, which is actually letting this monthly chart trigger. So 30 for 38, I think is the same. So over 30 for 38, that's a 30% move based off the monthly chart, right? Now, because as I'm assuming that if you were asking me right now, I think that was in play today, right? With the other charger. So we can do a momentum trade of the 2650, right? which is the 27, 26.50, 27, daily point of control, 428.40. Not a problem. That's a scalp. We can do it too. So over what do I say? 20, yeah, 27, over 27. 428.40, target 1. Then we go into 30, target 2. So that's block, right? Yeah, that's block. And then we trade the monthly bar, the monthly chart, which should take us to 40, right? 30 for 38 and 30. But we can do a scalp too over there, right? Just because it's on the news, I think there was news that there was something going on, so the market's going down. This could be something. What's the other one on the block? VLK, what is it? Can somebody type it, please? Because I know it's block. Fuel cell is something else, right? Fuel cell, is that too? F cell energy, no, it's not that one. BLNK, thank you. Nah, I like block. I like block. Look at the 60, look at the monthly right here. Block, look at block. Yeah, stay with that one. Let's stick with that one. That's the one we've been following. And yeah, 30 by 40, 30 by 35, now the 200. But yeah, I think we can hit 35, 40 for block. So yeah, absolutely, that one stays. Thanks, Kyle, for bringing that up. So let's do the boring. So we're going back for the 200. Nothing going on with this thing. 200, 220. Yeah, nah, no call on this one. No call on Boeing. Let's do another transportation, different type of transportation that I know was in play today. So Uber getting interesting here on the monthly chart. So a close over 45 can give probably 10%. Yeah, 45 for 49. Just a momentum play right here in over 45 for 49. Momo momentum play. Let's see if the weekly is showing us something different. Yeah, we do have the 50 MA right here. So 46.30 is going to be an area that we need to look at. So let me change that one. Scalp it for 45, for 46.30, for 46 and a quarter. And then second move over 47 for 49.50. Base. Yep. Okay, so that's the Uber. 400%. That's big volume today. Should expect the continuation tomorrow. So CCL, just to keep an eye on those. So that's a squeeze, daily squeeze, back into the daily squeeze. I want to see the monthly chart triggering. So that's going to be over 25. So let's keep an eye on this one over 24.64. 24 for 26, 10%, 27.28. Yes. CCL.
Earnings this week?
I think it's when's earnings? Oh yes, 3 days from now. Yeah. Earnings. So good call. I want to see it because probably, I mean, this could be a gap up on earnings. So target one is 28. Easily. We have a reference point 24.82. 24.82 for 28. Let's see where they gap it up or down. Right? But I think it's kind of bullish right here. CCL. I don't even know if people are, I don't know what's the state of the cruise industry now. DraftKings is so hard to trade. So hard to trade. So yeah, we did have a decent move, a decent sort of pattern, and then just like with the market. I know there was news today, so this is big time distribution today. Put on the name. We have the 55 here level, point of control in the monthly. Once we start losing that one, we can probably come all the way to 47, 49, I'm sorry. Here it is. So this could be, if we see it like a second day play, we can take the low and we can go for 48. Not my favorite, but let me just double check right here pretty quick. Yeah, no call on DraftKings, guys. Yeah, we're right here. So I don't want to short this into the 50 MA. It's just not worth it. Do I love it? So let's do 50 by, my God, 50 by, we can trade it as a range now. 50, 55, 59. D King. 50 by 60, 55 midpoint. That's a range, DraftKings. We can probably trade it versus 50. We put the alert right here. So I get notified if we're close to that area. Jesus Christ.
What's the sound for this one?
I put a dog, but I couldn't find it. I think I messed it up today. Supposedly, when I go to the down, where's my dog? I don't find my dog. Yeah, I changed here. Yeah, I messed it up. I messed I'll fix it. But it's a dog. When it's closer to the point of control on a daily chart, you hear a dog barking, and then I know that I have something for like a swing or, you know, a big candidate like that. So Penn National doing pretty much the same. Not loving the charts. Hey guys, feel free if you see anything that I'm not seeing. Oh, Las Vegas. They got me on this one, guys. I was trying to play the reversal and I have a nice swing and they got me so bad when they got it down. So this is looking horrible. I think they got me with that, with the win. It's pretty much the same chart. So this is all momentum to the short side, 35 for 33, right? LVS. Momo under 35 for 33. By the way, remember my batting average is like 50 when I'm really hot, like at 60. So just FYI, you're gonna get bored if I start telling you all the ones that I did wrong and where I get stopped out. Because it's pretty simple. I just put a stop and they take me out. So what else am I gonna tell you about it? I got stopped. Right, but this is good, guys. This could be it. This could grab some Momo 35. We can go all the way to 25. By the way, we gotta clear this 33. So 35, 33 target one. Under 33, we go 28, 27. LVS. That's Chinese. That's the problem, right? That's the Macau news. So now we're hearing all the news about this developer. So win, same one. This is the one that got me. This is the one that got me. I got too cute on that one. So hasn't broken the 70 just yet. This one has 78, 70. Let me check in here. Yeah, this is not nasty yet. Once we break 70, this could be bad. There it is. 76.68, 70.68. I'm just gonna check them just in case they become one of those Boeing or Baba or Baidu or one of those. It's just momentum. So add your win and your LBS in case you're looking for short setups. That could be something. There's another battery play, which is QuantumScape. I like them. I like the monthly. Yeah, this is something we could watch. I know we have it over 36. So that was, when were we doing this? Probably here. We're waiting for the buy setup on the monthly. So this is the same thing. It's just taking extra long. So let's see if we can get an earlier entry. It all depends on how aggressive you guys want to be on this one. Because I have the volume, I like it. I want to see it tomorrow, and absolutely scalp 25, 26, 27, 30, and then that's when the fun begins, because we can take it probably all the way to 34, target 1, and then probably 41, target 2. Okay, so let me add that one. I like it. So scalp it, scalp watch, and then over 27, 50 for 31 and 34. $31, yes, this is a breakout point. And 34, this is where I have all this volume right here. 34 and 40, of course. If you're really diamond hands, you hold it to 40, right? You can tell the guys at Wall Street Bets that we also hold. Okay, QuantumScape, MGM, yeah, more casinos. I don't want to see the same chart. So yeah, this is not as bad. This doesn't have the exposure to Macau. So this one over 44. It's just a daily breakout play. MGM over 44. Actually holding pretty good. Daily breakout play. It's just so you get familiar with the trades that we do. I'm going over the meme stocks now. Triple B White, Bed Bath & Beyond looks like it's gonna break. So 23, yeah, that's we lose 22.85. We go 19.64. I don't know who trades this one here, but in case, 22.85 for 19.60. That's the monthly chart in case you want the reference and you want to review your charts. AMC, the theater. Breakout play didn't work. Over 50. Try to get us in there. Nothing. I should take this off now. I don't need him. Let's see. What do we have? Yeah, I want to buy it at 12. So we have the volume right here. We can see it. 45. We lost it. Then we have the 37 right there. And then we have 34. So basically it's the Bollinger Band. 38 by 34. You want to if you want to take a scalp in AMC, right? On the 38 for 34. I haven't traded this one in a while, so I don't know how the implied volatility, the spreads, all of that stuff, right? AMC, GME, just for the sake of having the fun stuff here too. Getting inside a daily squeeze. I like the pattern. I still like the pattern, so I still like the I think the same one here, 225. The 225 daily breakout play in GME. That doesn't mean I'm bullish, guys. What it means, I will be bullish if we go over 225 on volume. That doesn't mean I'm bullish. So that doesn't mean I'm buying right here. Otherwise, I'll be calling it as a range, right? So put on alert at 161. If we get to 161, we can talk about it. Okay. That's the point of control. Nothing fancy here. Clear. 161. Once we start getting 161, we decide is this gonna go this side or we're gonna play the range 161 by 225. Okay, so that's the range in GME. Clover. What is Clover? That's a financing thing, right? No, that's a health. So, oh my God, I can't even read that chart. So bad. No call unless we go over 1050. BBIG, these are carry from last week. So I know BBIG was hot. So now the volume is dropping. Now we're trading 69%. Let's see if we have Yeah, I mean, you really want to do this one, if you ask about this one last time we met, you can check it over here, right? Over 868, and you can take a scalp probably into 10. So not my play, no call on BBIG. Airbnb, I know it's been strong. Yes, look at the daily breakout play setting up beautifully. 169, almost triggered today without us. So the monthly trigger, the 160, wow, that was yesterday. Okay. I want to play momentum on this one. Yeah, this is a momentum scalp. Daily breakout plays 169 for 175. We put some color on this one because this could be something for tomorrow. Although I want to check the futures in a bit because I think tomorrow could be fun. So monthly, weekly. Yeah, this can be interesting, guys. 175, target 1, 179, 180, target 2, 183. We get lucky. 180, 183. Airbnb. How's the volume today? Not bad. Little bit over. I like the move. I like the move on a pretty much range upstart. A special financing 320. I can't believe this trade. My God. Just a monster. Just a monster. Power trend, guys. Power trend after a monthly buy. So this one, momentum. Never gave me an entry. Missed it again. Myrna, I think is another one. Strong, but hasn't triggered. So we can probably take it. Let's see, how do we want to trade this? The weekly, monthly, daily. It's 400 by 466. 440. No, I'll probably do 465 for 500. 465 for 500. Myrna. 465 by 5. Do we have any call on apps or UPST? I can't believe it. I didn't see that one.
No, I don't think so. It's just been constant
Yes.
new highs.
No, the call for on 9/7/21, it says where's the UPST? 275 to 295. It was just momentum. Yeah. Well, 275, 295. Right here. Momo. Okay. So that's gone. But yeah, I wasn't sure because why is this not on our watch list? So anyways, so that's UPST, Airbnb, Myrna, Disney. You say something about news today? Oh yeah. The House of Mouse, man. The House of Mouse is just incredible. So we have the 4th highest volume day in the year, I think. We have this level right here, 161, which comes from the monthly. 170, it held. So we're good so far. So we have a new range, right? We can call it 166 by 186. Same boring stuff. 166, 186. Anybody has any idea or want to short it or something? If you want to short it, wait for 1, 2, 3 setup, momentum breakdown play. You can take it 166 for 160, which is 6 points. That could be something. Just in case that there's really, because that's big red volume, right? When was the last time we did that on earnings, I think? Yeah, that was on the earnings day and didn't fall. So this is actually the first distribution, like real big move on red volume. This red volume is not really red. Look, this is green, right? So this is actually the first red bar. If you're long, be careful with this one, okay? So I'm just gonna put it right here in case we do have more momentum coming down. So 168, 167.10 for sure. I wanna see it. And targeting to 160, 154, 149, okay? Disney, Momo. Under that level that I just called, under 166 for 160, 152, 155. Okay. That's Disney. Tomorrow.
Roku.
Roku, yes. Here's what I like about Roku. I'm going to use another indicator right here, right? So I'm going to show you the momentum right here. See, this is called a divergence, guys, right? You make a big move up. This is what you want to see. Here, move up, then you go up, right? When you have this move right here on no real momentum, I know there was some news, but didn't follow through. And then they started selling in here. You see it by the red here. So that's like divergence. Something's up with this one. You gotta be very careful. Don't overstay. How do you say? Don't overpass your welcome, or I don't know. Get out, basically, right? They don't want you in. So here's what it is. Now what we have is the big move down, right? Here's the momentum. Now I want to see how we resolve this. But the good thing is that no, I thought we were doing bigger volume today because I saw the volume early in the day, but it's holding. So for Roku, we can play it. It's a tough one to trade. So 309, 310 for 290, Roku. Momo, 310 for 290. But reversal, 330 for 354. Not my favorite. Let me see the weekly. Is it setting something up? Yeah, the weekly looks really good. Yeah, I like the weekly. So yeah, that looks like on a weekly, like a 333. Once we go over 333, 350 and 366. Let me change that one. 333 for 365 on a weekly. 330 for 354 on a daily. What it means is like it all depends if you're intraday or if you're thinking on intra to swing. So that's going to change a little bit. Beyond, it's been on the news. It was, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. So we have the big day right there, 5-point-something million shares. That was the bottom right there, the Bollinger Band. We bounced, we hit in the 20 MA. So not much of a bounce, no volume today, 59, under 110 for 100 beyond. So 10% move. And then if we break that one, we go for 90, okay? I don't want to do a lot of reversals because of the market, right? So Zoom, I'd rather just be with the momentum. So Zoom, look at the check the monthly chart. We're right there. We should be finding support in this area, like 270 by 250. We're at the lows of the year, by the way, guys. Once we start breaking 273, we're making new lows for the year. This is so hard to short. Like we talk about how many times about shorting this stock, Kyle, and it's just gets cut in half. It's the second time he got cut in half, right? The 500 to 250 and then 400, and now it's gonna go probably 200, but it's so hard to trade it. Anyways, under 250 goes for 200. Where do we enter? 273. How do we enter? How do we trade this? Yeah, 240 goes for 200, man. Write it down anyways. Might hit this week, or 240 for 200 and 173. Zoom. And here's the problem. We have to take out this zone right here, right? So we have like a deep pocket right here of probably support. So between 270 and 240, let's treat it as a 272 to 240. Let's treat it as a range, right? Let's call it a tradable range. We are on the lookout for the break of 240. And then if we break the 240, we know we're in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna be looking at this one, see how we start developing, because this is sort of bearish, right? I thought we were gonna remember that day. That was the news. That was yeah, earnings report where that was bad. Right here, they try to bring it all the way to 303, 305 for a close. You see gaps not always close, and now we're just making new lows. I haven't checked this one in a while, but this looks like a really good short. So zoom to the short watch. And if the market starts failing, this one goes. Snap, pretty good, pretty good. I know you have it on the list today. So snap, basing on the daily chart. We can do a momentum trade right there. Entry, it all depends on how aggressive you want to be, because this is like, see the weekly. Now it's the same pattern, same chart. So it's pretty clear. 69.50 is the bottom, 80, 69.50, 69.50 right here. 78, you want to anticipate over 81 for sure. So snap over 80, 85, daily breakout play. You can look for an entry before, but I don't think this is a good idea. I mean, we're still in the squeeze. So it's been squeezing for 23 days. I'm going to make a note of that. Daily squeeze, 23 days. So that means that if it ever decides to go, it can really, I mean, it should have a lot of power behind it. Look at this also. We have good news. So we gap up, and all we're doing is consolidating through time. That's exactly what we want. So you want to be aggressive, you can trade it off the 78, not a problem, right? 78 is an entry, 81 is the swing entry, and we should test like 90 to 100, okay? I like this trade. Actually, that's my favorite trade so far. Snap. Okay, snap. And then I do pins. This is not my favorite. It's pulling back on the monthly. Daily under the point of control, under 51. I think this is more short than anything. If any, I mean, we can play it same, pretty much is the opposite of snap. Like good news, earnings, sideways, pins. Bad news, sideways, down. So we flip it. This is how it looks. So it's exactly the same play to the short side. So pins could be a momentum short under 51.35. Pins under 51.35 Momo. Now for targets, we can hit probably The 50 for sure. Wow, 43. Wow, 43 looks far. But yeah, 50, 45. 50 and 45, not 50, 45, 50 and 45, target 2 with a bad market, guys. I have to put that one there. So Twitter, let's see Twitter. 3 days, 4 days squeeze last week. And now we're putting, yesterday we put what looks like a higher low. Look at the monthly chart. Looks like we put in a higher low right here. I want to see it over 67. This is right here. So I want to see it over the 50 MA, at least 65. Over 65, 67. And I don't like trading Twitter, to be honest, unless I really have a very compelling chart. Not loving it. Here's the reason why, guys. It's like we made new highs. We made the pullback. This should have taken the highs if we're in an uptrend like the Upstart or one of those, the Moderna should make a new high. So we put a lower high. No matter what you call it, this is a lower high. Look at the pivot. So once we start going under, now you see, oh, this is a double top formation. Of course, we should have been short right here, right? So the problem with the charts is that it's easier to analyze them after the after the fact. As traders, we need to make the decisions right here. So here's something that somebody could do. If you trade in the weekly chart, you can take the long over 65 and take a little scalp into 70. But be careful, because this is the zone where the monthly is putting a lower high, right? We go into the daily, and then we see all of this overhead resistance and everything. Of course, if it decides and there's some good news, you're gonna look like a genius because you bought at 62. But chances are, like, it's not an easy trade. It's not an easy trade. So Twitter, did I say no call? No call for Twitter. Let's see Doku. We still got 10 minutes, right? Oh, we good, man. We good. So Doku looks interesting. We can retest the 200 MA. So that put us into a short under 260, under 263 by 248. Doku under 263 for 248. Target 1, 200 MA. Right? And we're still here. Why am I looking at this one? This is like a breakout play that fails. Kyle has been talking to us like for, I think it's now like for 4 weeks or 4 months, I don't know, long time, that a lot of the breakouts are failing, right? So this one on the monthly is failing. We're testing the break point. We did test the break point, so we're now inside. So I'm going over the break for the year, and now we close it. I mean, we cross it right here. We just close it. So we're basing. So we have a move down, little test of the 20 MA. Once we take the low, I don't want to say, but I know you guys have a name for this one, right? So go here all the way. So 248 and 233. I don't know the details. That's why I'm not calling it, but that's basically a sell setup right there that is about to trigger. So Doku on the 263 for 248. Doku affirm. That was a great trade after we have massive accumulation, right? The news consolidated, gap it up again on the news. I'm sorry. That was the news about somebody buying them. And then there was the news about reports. So this is where we are. So that's what I have exactly for this one. I'm looking at the 100, right? And 100 by 123. So affirm 100 by 123, firm 100 by 123. We break 100, we test 90. And do I want to trade the range? If we have a solid day or solid move tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we can trade 115. I think this was called When did we trade at 115, 110 to 115? I think it was Wednesday, last Thursday or Wednesday. So that 110 to 115. So now it's 113, 115 for 120. 120 and 122. Ideally, I want to see it versus levels like the 100 and see if we can have a trade right there. You see the 100. We put the alert right there. Where's my dog? I don't know what I did with my dog. Major level. There you go. Affirm. Hood. It's a Robin Hood. So we're looking at this one as an IPO type of setup. So that was the 85. Everybody got bought or whatever. So I think I might get involved once we start seeing 40, 44 for 46, probably, but for sure 48 to 55, I want to be in that trade, right? So I'm going to put on alert 40, 47, 47, 50 for 55. The scalp can be done, but I don't see like, I don't know. I don't even know how it trades. So 41 to 42. Yeah, for me, it's hard. If I don't understand the charts, it's just too hard. This is the one. This is 43.55 for 47. Yeah, you can do 43 for 47. 43. Yeah, weekly. We can do this. Now I see the chart. Okay, weekly on Hood, 43.55 for 47. Then we move into the other formation, 47.50 for 55. Okay, and that's basically how I manage from one time frame or one setup into the next one. So Palantir, we have the news. What I'm trading right here, I'm trading a monthly chart. You know, we've been talking about this one for a long time. That 25, that was the area. We can see it here on the monthly chart. Like this is the type of IPO move that I like. So we have 2 months, nothing. Then we have directional move, you know, the expansion, the IPO, everybody's like 45, came down, shake out, support. Now we have green, red, green engulfing. Now we finally have the move right here. So we're into space, basically 27. We should come and test 33, 35, 40. Okay. So what I need is what we have all this space at 24. We got the move, retest, move up, got extended. Look how far we are from the 20. So we testing the 20. This could be one. Over 28 could be the next entry. Let me see if that's a weekly. Probably that's going to be a weekly setup. It's over 29 for the weekly. So we can do the 28 and 29.40, and then we go all the way. So Palantir, 28.20 over 29.30. $31, $33, $35. So this is like 2 points, which is like 10% each. So at 35, we're making 7 points. That's a 30% move in Palantir. I like Palantir. Keep an eye on that one. CRM, there was something going on with them today. I don't know, but it was in the news. So I don't see a pattern. How are we doing on time? Yeah, probably sort of a weekly buy right here. We're 262 for 275. See the monthly. Monthly's at the top of the range. So you guys know that I don't really love being the last buyer inside the range, especially if it's a wide range. So one of my mentors used to say, you don't buy the high of a wide range and you don't short the low of a wide range. You're late, right? So I will need this to start coming into this wide range that we just traded. We went from 209 to 280. So that's 80 points. I like 40% late, right? So I will need a formation right here, like a base that allows me to take the breakout with not too big of a stop, but you can always take a scalp right here, right? So 262 for 276, and then we start seeing how we go into the 284. But yeah, basically it's a range breakout play over 284.5. Breakout play over 284.5 all-time highs. That's probably gonna be some earnings news or earnings play that gap it up all-time highs, and then we chase it. So that's the play. Dash. So for Dash, monthly looks good. Yes, looks good. 227. Is this because they're gonna be delivering alcohol? I think probably, right? So yeah. That's probably the news, right? Bring the booze. So we have this. This was the entry, right? Breakout, another breakout. So we take the breakout play, 227.40, Momo. Anything else, guys?
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, we have I think over 60 names for today. Yeah, over 60 names. We got everything, right? Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure to be here sharing the ideas and sharing the love with everybody, right? So the love that we have for the markets, of course, and for technical analysis and everything. So just be nimble with the market. I think, I mean, with some of the guys that I DM more or constantly, I'm like, wow, we can, I mean, the market can absolutely go and test 325 and we still in an uptrend, right? Yeah, look at the monthly chart. I mean, this is like, we've been just going up. So I'm expecting a flush, I'm once we take 360, I think we flush all the way to 340. Otherwise, we stay in the same. And I to be honest, guys, I'd rather have the big flush that everybody's expecting in September, and then we start October with everything at good levels, at point of controls, and right, we can do we can do some swings with a tight stop and have a Santa Claus rally. So for me, I'm not much, I mean, like too worried about the market just dropping. It's just like another 5%. I think that the notes on Investor Business Daily was saying that we tested the level on SPY like 7 times. So we can still have, if we tested, because I don't follow SPY, but they say that we tested at 4106 at 200 MA, that's another 6% down. Same for the Qs. That's exactly what I'm seeing for the Qs. Another 20 points, that's a 7% drop more. So that'll be like a 10%, 12% drop, which is not even bear market territory. Bear market territory is 20%. So it'll be just a correction, garden variety correction of 10%. I would love to see that, to be honest. So keep an eye on that, and hope everybody's is doing great. Okay. So see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Mario.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.